Madam, start here, madam.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. This is SRAVANTHI here, PGT in English from TANDUR. Today we are going to deal with the grammar topic, that is articles. So dear students, are you aware of the articles? So we'll see regarding the articles in this today's session. These refer to words which determine the status of a noun. There are generally two types of articles. One is the indefinite articles and the definite articles. So we'll see one by one in detail. The indefinite articles. The words a and an are called indefinite articles. So a and an are called the indefinite articles. Before a singular countable noun, we use a or an. So before in front of the singular countable noun, we have to use the article a or an. So just see the important note here. In English, a few vowels are pronounced as consonant sounds and a few consonants are pronounced as vowel sounds. So dear children, you just understand this thing. So I'm going to repeat once again. In English, a few vowels are pronounced as consonant sounds and a few consonants are pronounced as vowel sounds. If the pronunciation of the word is a vowel sound, so we have to use the article, that is indefinite article an. And the next one. If the pronunciation of the word is a consonant sound, we have to use the article a. This you have to remember while you are doing exercises. And next, we'll see the definite article. This is called the is called the definite article. So the word the is called definite article, and definite article can also be called as specific article. If at all we want to particularize or specify something, in front of that we have to use the article the. So where do we use the definite article? We'll see. If a noun is repeated 2 or more times in a sentence, the first time we have to use a or an based on the pronunciation. But for second and third time, we should always use the article the. So dear children, just understand this point. Whenever, if a word is repeated 2 or more times in a sentence or in a paragraph, for the first time, we have to use the article, indefinite article, a or an, based on the pronunciation. Okay, if it is repeated for second time and third time, we have to go for the article, that is definite article, the. So we'll see two examples to understand the usage of the indefinite articles and definite articles. I read dash book yesterday. Let's do. Dash book was very interesting. So dear children, if you observe, what is the repeated word here? Book. Very good. Book. So I read dash book yesterday. So in order to, if a word is repeated for second and third time, but the first time we have to go for the indefinite article based on the pronunciation. If the pronunciation of the first letter is a consonantal sound, we have to go for the article a. If it gives the vowel sound, we have to go for the article an. So dear children, just to pronounce the word book, b. So it gives the sound b sound. So it is a consonantal sound. So which article we have to use, children? Very good. A. If it is a vowel sound, we have to go for the article an. And see the next one. Dash book was very interesting. So dash book. So it is repeating for second time. So for that purpose, we have to go for the definite article the. And see the second example. Everybody got a dashed out yesterday. And a dashed out created many confusions. So what is the repeated word in this sentence, children? Yes, doubt. Doubt is repeated here. So for the first time, we have to use the indefinite article a or an based on the pronunciation. Now see, doubt, d, da, doubt. So it gives a consonantal sound. So we have to use the indefinite article a. And see the next blank. And dash doubt created many confusions. So here it is repeated for second time. So we have to go for the definite article the. So we'll see in where we use the definite article the. Generally, the article the is used before the unique things, names of musical instruments, holy books, names of rivers, oceans, plateaus, seas, before the superlative degrees of adjectives, names of ordinals, names of newspapers, monuments, plains, caves, group of mountains, and before the names of national and international organizations. So, dear students, the definite article is used in many ways. So, before the unique things. So, children, do you know what are the unique things? Yes, moon, earth, sun. So, before the unique things, we have to use the definite article the. For example, dash earth. So, what is the answer? What is the article we get here? Definite article, that is the. Dash moon, the moon. Dash sun, the sun. And we'll see the next one. Names of musical instruments. So, do you know the names of musical instruments? Yes, piano, flute, guitar. So, those are all names of musical instruments. So, which article do you use? So, the article, definite article, the. And names of holy books. What are the holy books, children? Yes, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Quran, Bible. So for all these things, we have to use the definite article the. Dash Ramayana, the Ramayana. Dash Quran, the Quran. And go for the next one. Names of rivers. Rivers. Dash Ganga, the Ganga. Dash Arabian Sea, the Arabian Sea. So in that way, we have to use the definite article the. And next to superlative degrees of adjectives. So EST forms, mostly EST forms you get largest, biggest, tallest. Okay, these are all nothing but superlative degrees of adjectives. For all these, we have to use the definite article the. For example, dash biggest, the biggest. Dash largest, the largest. Dash tallest, the tallest. And next one, names of ordinals. Ordinals. What do you mean by ordinals, children? Yes, ordinals are nothing but the numbers. For example, first, second, third, fourth, in this way. So before the ordinals also, we have to use the article the. Dash first, the first. Dash second, the second. And next one, names of newspapers. Okay, names of newspapers. So what are the names of newspapers? For example, Hindu, Deccan Chronicle, Enadu. So for all these the names of newspapers, we have to use the article the. For example, dash Times of India, the Times of India. Dash Enadu, the Enadu. So in that way, we have to go for the definite article the. And next one, names of monuments, plains, caves. For example, Taj Mahal, Charminar, Golconda. These are all monuments. So for all these, we have to use the definite article the. And if you take the plains, dash Ganga plain, the Ganga plain. And next one, if you take the caves, dash Ajanta caves, the Ajanta caves. And before the names of national and international organizations. So, dear students, do you know what some of the names of international and national organizations? You can tell that UNESCO, UNO, UGC, UNICEF, WHO. So these are all national and international organizations. So for all these, we have to use the definite article the. So based on that, we'll try to just, dear students, open the page number 55. You have some information related to the articles in your textbook, just following the textbook. We generally use articles a and the before common nouns, but in some cases, articles are not used before them. Read the following sentences from the play The Deer Departed and notice the underlined common nouns. So see the two sentences given, children. So he went out soon after breakfast to pay his insurance. Actually, breakfast should be underlined in this first sentence. And see the second one. And when we would finish dinner, I thought I would take up a bit of something on a tray. So dinner should be underlined here. So in the above sentences, the underlined common nouns. What are the underlined nouns? Breakfast and dinner. So refer to the names of meals and food. In primary and general sense, we do not use articles before the words that refer to the names of meals and food. That is breakfast, dinner, lunch, pizza, fish fry, and omelette. So for all these food names of meals and food, if they use in a primary case, means in a general sense, we should not use any article. And see the second one, the following are the cases where the is not used in primary sense. In a special or particular sense, the is used before them. So if you see the one by one, before proper nouns. So if proper nouns are used in a general sense, means in a primary sense, we should not use any article. But if they used in a special sense or a particular sense, the is used before them. So what are the proper nouns, children? Names like Rama, Sita, Mohan, Ramya, India, Ongol, Gandhinagar, etc. So before the proper nouns, if they used in a general sense, we should not use the article the. But if they used in a secondary sense or in a particular sense, we have to go for the definite article, that is the. And see the next one, before abstract nouns and material nouns. So children, what are abstract nouns? Yes, abstract nouns like which we cannot touch and see, which we can only feel. Honesty, beauty, poetry. So these are all abstract nouns. So we should not use any article. And material nouns. What are the material nouns, children? Iron and gold. So for material nouns also, we should not use any article. And next one, before the words man, woman, society, heaven, and hell. So before all these words also, we should not use any article if they used in a primary sense. And next one, before the names of diseases, games, and sports, seasons, days, month, fever. For example, fever, cricket, summer, April. So for all these things, we should not use the article, definite article, the. And go for the next one. Before the words church, jail, prison, school, college, market, hospital, office, university, temple, mask, bank, home, nursing home. So for all these also, we should not use any article, the definite article. And go for the next one, before plural nouns. Before plural nouns like books, people, villages, pens, etc. So before the plural nouns also, we should not use the definite article. And go for the next one, children. Before the words referring to relations, before the names of relations also, we should not use the definite article. For example, mother, father, brother, sister, aunt. And go for the next one. Before the names of languages, for example, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, French, English. So before the names of languages also, if they used in a primary sense, we should not use any article, definite article. And go for the last one. In a certain expressions or phrases, so see which are given in the bracket: catch fire, send word, set sail, set foot, at home, in hand, in jet, by car, at night, on demand, on earth, on foot, etc. For example, if these are asked in an exam, I will get like a dash catch fire. Which article? No article. Dash set foot. Which article, children? No article. So in this way, you have to answer the articles. So in your textbooks, the page number 56, 2 paragraphs are given under the editing. So you need to read these 2 paragraphs and you need to insert a and the word, the articles wherever needed. So dear children, it should be, you have to read very carefully to know where you have to use the articles. So we'll see one by one. So horse, the word horse is used in the first time in the first paragraph. So you have to pronounce horse, its sound. It's a purely consonantal sound. So you have to use the article a. A horse knows when he's going to race. How does he know? His breakfast was scanty. He's angry about that. He does not have a dash saddle on his back. So saddle is nothing but a seat for a rider placed on the back of a horse. So saddle also used first time. So you have to use the indefinite article based on the pronunciation. Saddle, S sound, which is a consonantal sound. So you have to use the indefinite article a. He is being led, not ridden, to dash grandstand. This is actually in a particular sense, the grandstand is used. So you have to go for the definite article, the. He is led under dash grandstand. Again, the article the into dash unusual. Unusual. So if you see the spelling unusual, a sound, even though the letter is U, pronouncing a sound. So which is vowel sound. So you have to write the article an unusual, special style. Dash horse is nervous. So it is repeat. The word horse is repeating for second time. So this is not. So we have to use a definite article the. Sometimes he does not know what to do when dash starting gate flies open. So starting, it's a specific thing. So you have to use the article, definite article, the. And the dash track is before him. So dash track, it is also the particular thing, specific thing. So for that, you have to use the article, the. If he does not begin to run instantly, other horses are already ahead of him. During dash race, during the race, when he sees another horse just ahead of him, he will try to pass him. Sometimes dash jockey holds him back to save his energy. So dash jockey, the jockey, dash last stretch. So last, first, second, last. These are the ordinals. So we have to use the article the. Eventually, dash horse gets to, the horse gets to run as fast as he can. And dash exercise boy. So this is not a normal, just a boy. This is exercise boy. It's a specific thing. It is used in a special sense. So the article, definite article, the. Watching dash owner's favorite jockey. So this is also a particular sense, used in particular sense. You have to go for the definite article, the. Riding dash horse, he has exercised day after day. The horse says nothing. Secretly, he's planning for dash day, the day when he will be dash jockey himself. So he will be dash jockey, a jockey himself. And his horse will be dash first to cross. So first is the ordinal. So we have to use the definite article, the. And see the next one, dash finish line, the finish line. And go for the next one. I have a dash horse of my own. So it is used first time in this next paragraph. So we have to use either a or an. So here horse, based on the pronunciation, we have to use a. I call her pretty girl. She is dash intelligent animal. Intelligent. So it is a vowel sound. So you have to use indefinite article and. But she is not a dash thoroughbred horse. I could never enter her in a dash race, a race, even if I wanted to. But I do not want to. She is dash companion, a companion for my own pleasure. I took her swimming dash day or two ago. So which article? The indefinite article A. So that's all for articles. Now we'll move on to the next topic, that is the story writing. This is very important, this course. So, the most interesting thing in our lives, we listen different things from people around us. Yes, children? And we say what a story it is. So we are going to discuss something related to the story writing now. And story writing is a part of creative writing, isn't it? From your 10th class examination, you are going to get story writing under the part of creative writing. So this is a difficult task for the people who have less creativity. Yes, yes. So we can make it easy by following a strategy. So we'll see what is that strategy, what are the things to be followed while writing story writing. So dear student, today in this class, we'll see what is the story writing. By the end of this story writing session, you will come to know how to write a story and what are the features of a story. So in order to write a story, we need to follow a strategy. And moreover, in this session, you will come to know how to convert the play into the story. So in this play, Dear Departed, there is a humor and wit as you studied. It is a one-act play. Today in this class, we are going to convert it into a story. So at first, we'll see what is the story writing. Generally, story writing or any descriptive writing, just for that, we need to concentrate on 3 concepts. So what are they? What are they, children? Can you guess? Creativity. First one is the creativity and imaginative and reality. So these things must be maintained while you are writing a story. So we'll see. So story writing is a description. So either it is a true or imaginary. It must be connected to a series of events. It must be contains the order of events when you are writing a story. And a tale that is made for entertainment. For example, there are many tales like Panchatantra, Akbar Birbal stories. In that way, you need to right? And message oriented, it should contain some kind of message to be conveyed to the reader. It may be a fiction also. So we'll see the 5 basic elements of the story. So first one is setting. So what do you mean by setting, children? As I said in the previous session, setting refers to the place, location. It tells us when and where the story takes place. So in short, we can say that setting refers to the time and location. So while writing a story, we have to concentrate on the environment of the story. Yes. And next one, see the characters, people in the story. So who are the characters in our play Dear Departed? As you know, we have 6 characters, and what is happening to them. So you need to write about the characters and also what is happening to them, and what type of characters are included in the story, and also you need to mention their nature. So in our play, The Dear Departed, you can find the nature of a greedy and some people who love materialistic things. And you know that Victoria, she's an innocent girl, and Ben and Henry are henpecked husbands. So that everything you need to describe in story writing. And the next one is plot. So what do you mean by plot? Plot. So how we are going to structure or prepare a strategy of a story writing. So what happens in the story, the order that it happens in the story, and the plot contains opening, middle, and ending. So it should contain the beginning, middle, and ending. So somehow we can say that like opening of the story and going to be a problem and coming to a resolution. So this is a major feature of the story writing. So and see the next one. One of the important element of a story writing is the style. So we have to follow some strategies while you are maintaining a kind of a style of writing in story. So we generally use indirect sentence, indirect speeches. But if we use a direct speech in the story, it makes effective. So we'll see writing techniques, language that feels right. So speech in the direct quotes, use the simple words and simple sentences. So you have to use a simple verse and simple sentences which the reader has to follow, and best possible words. If we use the sentences in direct speech, the readers may get effective, and they feel a curiosity. So we have to use the quotes, certain statements in direct speech. For example, if you take the play Dear Departed, Abel asked, "No, where are my slippers?" Instead of Abel said that where were his slippers, we directly can quote directly, "Where are my slippers?" So that adds very effectiveness to our story. And if it is lengthy and difficult vocabulary, if we use the difficult vocabulary, the reader may not get interest. They may lose the interest to read the story. So theme. So theme is nothing but message to be conveyed to the reader, or moral given to the reader. So it should contain main or recurrent idea and something that might help us in our own lives. So it should be related to the real life. Let the theme grow out of the stories, so readers feel that they have learned it for themselves. So apart from all these features, language is most important thing while we are writing story. So it should contain action verbs, so they add interest to the writing. And if at all we want to write a story, we can use the first person or third person, I, we, or third person like he, she, it. And the story is written in past tense. And appropriate connections, linking words to be used with the time. So while following a language, you must include the figurative expressions. So you know that you have studied in the previous classes, simile, metaphor, personification, and rhetorical questions. You know very well, simile. For example, Jhansi fought like a lion in the war field. So this is nothing but simile. And metaphor. Jhansi was a lion in the war field. And the personification, like flowers are dancing. So rhetorical questions. This also we have to use when we are writing a story. If you remember the story, play Dear Departed, Mrs. Slater asked, "Why were you in same colors dress, Victoria? Better you go and change." This is an example of rhetorical questions used in our play Dear Departed. So this based on these things, you have to write a story. So what is the theme here? Humor and wit. And setting, as we discussed earlier, setting refers to the location. So that is daughter's house. That is Amelia Slater's house. So what is the time? In the morning, during the tea time. So based on these things, you have to write a story. Anyway, we'll again see the outline of the story, outline of the play. That is the Dear Departed. So who is the author? The Stanley Houghton. It is a social play and moreover one act play. It reveals the pathetic conditions of elderly people, and the elderly people are neglected, ill-treated by their own children. And satire criticizes the degradation of moral values in the modern world, and it shows the negligence of two daughters towards father and breaking of human relations in the modern world. So basing all the features, basing all the things, you have to write a story. Here is an assignment for you children. Imagine that you are the grandfather in the play. Write a letter to your friend, Mr. Tattersall, inviting him to your marriage at Ringo Bells with Mrs. John Shorrocks. Don't forget to say, why are you going to get married at this stage? So at this age. So you can include the following things when you are writing a letter, like time of wedding and place of wedding, details of the bride and behavior of the daughters, reason for marrying at this age, and cordial invitation. This you need to include while you are writing a letter to the Mr. Tattersall. So that's all for today, children. Thank you. Happy learning.
అయిపోయిందా మేడం?
Yes, sir. Completed, sir.